So in this video we're going to take a look at what Alcudia Port looks like in January. I'm down here on the very far end of Alcudia Beach. It's an absolutely gorgeous day over here, and in fact if you want to check out what Alcudia Beach Resorts looks like, check out the video that I filmed here on the same day. I'll pin it right at the end of this video. I'll drop a link to it in the description text below, but for now let's turn the camera around and let's head on into the port. Now you can see I'm down here over by the very first beach bar, which forms part of the redevelopment of the beach bars over here on Alcudia Beach, and I do talk about it in my update video, but let's just check out the beach from over here. Now this is something that we didn't see on my last videos. I walked down along the beach, but I can see where all the seaweed has gone this winter. It's kind of been swept into the port side, into the far end of Alcudia Beach. Don't worry too much looking at this, it's just Posidonia seaweed. It's going to get cleared away for the summer. But check this out, I can see a few keen swimmers up ahead of me. They've just been in the water, I heard the screams as they entered. But it's an absolutely gorgeous day. As I mentioned in my previous video, we have highs today of 18 degrees. It doesn't feel like winter has hit over here yet in Mallorca. We've had a few coolish days, but nothing really to worry about over here. We've had more absolutely glorious sunny days than we've had cold days over here. But looking up to my left, we're just looking out towards Muddy's restaurant, which is a very popular steak restaurant over here in Alcudia Port. So I can see quite a lot of renovations that are taking place as well. Right underneath that, I do believe it was is it the Sagavina Beach Club? Quite possibly, or is that next door underneath the Chinese? Anyway, we see big renovations taking place over at Muddy's. But one thing we do see, and we saw this last year, and that is the restaurants are open over here at the far end of the beach, which is absolutely fantastic. Not all of them, just one of them I think, but it's enough to bring a lot of people out onto the beach for lunch today. Okay, so we're just going to turn the camera around, just get a few views here of Alcudia Beach. Can't believe it, the weather today, I mean, it's just incredible. People are over here in bikinis and swimwear. But we're going to leave the beach for now. We're going to head on into Alcudia Port. Now I am anticipating seeing quite a few restaurants open, even though we are off season, and like I've mentioned in my other content as well, January really is the time that if a restaurant is going to close, it's going to be closed this month to complete the renovations. But that might not actually be the case over here in Alcudia Port, because already I'm just taking a look over here. I can see quite a few places open. Let's have a quick look. Now looking over to my left here, we can see pretty much everything is closed, but the real busyness that we can see and the businesses that we can see open are right here on the Paseo Maritimo as we come off the beach. Not only from the beach bars actually on the beach, but just in this little area here, heading up through the centre of Alcudia Port. Now make sure you go back and check out my videos from last summer if you want to see how busy it was over here in August. Check out my other content that I've got coming out on the channel at the moment, or it may well be out, talking about Alcudia in 2025. But we can see coming up through Carrer dels Mariners, I do believe it's called, that most of the businesses are shut, apart from a few places. Now I can see I think it's Manolo's on the far corner here. That looks like it's open. And yes, they even have the twinkling Christmas lights still on as well. I have to say as well, they're very slow about taking down decorations here. I don't think the whole superstition of 12th night really exists, because of course, don't forget, January is also a time for celebration as well. We've got various saints' days being celebrated throughout the month of January. Go and check out my Mallorca in January video if you want to find out more. But yes, look, we've got Manolo's open this lunchtime. They've got tapas on the menu. Anyway, let's head on back. But before we do, I'm just looking over to my right hand side here. Now remember, this used to be a clothes shop last year. I can see it's open, it is busy. They do what looks like smash burgers, the new fashionable smash burgers. So I'm thinking that we're going to be seeing a little bit of life over here in Alcudia Port. Now I am extremely surprised by this, particularly in winter, and I'm actually going to take a little wander a little bit further here, because the weather that we've been enjoying today, the lovely warm temperatures in January, means that this resort is almost opening up a little bit more year-round, it could be said. It could be said that this is soon going to be a year-round resort. The only thing that's missing over here is indeed the hotels. I think it's pretty much closed up over here though. Anyway, let's head on back down towards the waterfront. Just as I come to the crossroads as well, I just have to point out the little Chinese that we have over here. That is still open as well over the winter months. Normally we see the Indian open as well. I'm actually quite surprised to see it closed. Let's go and have a quick look. I really hope they haven't closed down. There's a sign on the window. And look, they're closed for the holidays. They're going to be open again from the 12th of February. Now, as I walk through these back streets of Alcudia Port, we can hear plenty of drilling going on. A lot of renovations are taking place to make this area better. Just coming up past Can Puñetes. Very nice little Mallorquin restaurant here. Hopefully that'll be opening in the next month or so. We shall soon find out. February normally is the time when you start to see restaurants starting to open up, and some of the hotels too. Let's have a quick look down this street as well. This lies completely parallel to Cara dels Mariners. We can see that plenty of renovations taking place down here too. So as we come down the side of Casa Villa, I can see that's open too. We've got some nice music playing out from there. And we can see some of the shops are open over here too, even if the ice cream shop isn't. What a shame, I'm absolutely starving actually. Had to bring a picnic with me today, so I don't have time to stop off in any of the restaurants to have a proper meal. But hopefully I'll be back to check out some of the meals that we have down here on offer in Alcudia Port for this year. Now check this out as well, look, this is a little apartment block too. You may have noticed in my previous videos, construction is well underway over here on that. Check out Alcudia Port today. It is looking rather empty, even though it's actually quite nice to see some of the businesses open. We have quite a few restaurants that open over here in Alcudia Port today. Unfortunately, my favourite little trattoria Cespiggia pizzeria is not open. I love this place. The pasta in here is amazing. The pizzas in here are amazing too, if that's something you're wanting to get. But look, we can see a little bit of activity down here in the port this lunchtime. And it is fantastic to see. Mallorca is quiet at the moment. It's very quiet in January, but it's not a complete ghost town. And well, it is fantastic to see we've got places open. Don't expect the same experience that you're going to get in the summer, because my goodness, it's busy down here during July and August. But if you don't like the crowds and you can find somewhere to stay, then this may well be the place for a quick winter break, especially from all that rain that you guys are getting from Northern Europe. So if you've been following the channel, you may remember a couple of years ago the huge amount of building works that were taking place in this building, the scaffolding that was up. We now see the Negre restaurant open. Quite an interesting choice in colours here. It's black. Negre kind of means black, so yeah, I think white would have been actually nicer. Should have called it Blanco, but anyway. Got a few restaurants as well down here. The Grand Cafe's closed. You can see the Miramar. It's got chairs and tables out, but it isn't actually open. But still, there is a choice for somewhere to eat over here. Now, I absolutely love walking down along Alcudia Port. Got the beautiful, the lovely little traditional fishing boats over here. Well, they're not so much fishing boats now, they're probably more weekend cruisers. This brings me right back to promenading on the evenings during the hot summer months down here. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I hope you can get an idea of what it is like from this video. But what is this I see before me? Oh my goodness, they've changed the Alcudia sign. For anyone who knows, if you've visited the island before, if you go around any of the resorts in the towns, you're going to see these signs. They're normally huge metal structures. You see people climbing inside of them. It's actually made out of recycled plastic, which is interesting. That's quite an interesting take on the new sign, but also quite environmentally friendly too. So if you head down to Palma, you're going to see they've got the huge metal Palma sign. If you look in Porto Cristo, they've got the same too. But here, look, over here in Alcudia, you can see that we've got this Alcudia sign made out of recycled plastic. I do actually quite like it. I didn't think I would do, actually, because I quite like the idea of people climbing in between the letters and having their photos taken. But I think if this makes use of some of the huge amount of plastic that we see in the seas over here and surrounding the island, and we see that over the winter as well when it all gets washed up on the beaches, well, that can only be a good thing. So at least they're doing something quite good over here about that. So just coming down to the far end of Alcudia Port here and looking to my left, I can see we've got the traditional Sabor España shop if you want to pick up your locally made goods. We've also got a few restaurants open down here too, right on the far side of the port. Now, as I mentioned before as well I think it's my news update, I'm filming this actually on a Friday, so we are seeing restaurants open, we're seeing people coming out for lunch. Is this the case on a Monday or a Tuesday? There's no guarantee actually that the restaurants that we've seen open today will open at the beginning of the week. Some will do, because as I've said before, there's always somewhere to eat and drink in any of the resorts over the winter months, but you often find that more places do open on say a Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and I'm sure that's also the case over here in Alcudia Port. So just looking out over the port here, we can see all the cruises here just waiting to start up for the summer. We don't really have any boat trips going out over the winter. I'm sure you can find some private charters, but today would be an absolute perfect day to go out sailing. I can see actually a yacht out ahead of me here, going out for the day. When you get weather like this, we always get the question, why isn't Mallorca a year-round resort? But watch out for my videos in the coming days, because I'm pretty sure the weather might turn actually, and the weather's going to drop, but we shall see. Let's see what happens. Okay everyone, I hope you've enjoyed my update from over here in Alcudia Port. I cannot wait for summer now after coming down here today. Like I said in my other video, actually I haven't been over here since I think about October, towards the end of October 2024, so coming down here today has got me very excited about the summer, and my goodness, I'm going to have a lot of content coming out from over here. I've got a lot of videos to make as well to help you out with your holiday, so don't forget to consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you want to see what my walk along Alcudia Beach was like earlier on today, check out this video appearing here on YouTube. If you want to get excited about the summer, check out this video appearing here on YouTube too. Okay everyone, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.